Hey there everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Rafi Ali and I am here to make tech easy for you. So in today's Go High Level training video, we're gonna basically go through on how to set up your Go High Level calendar, make sure it is set up the right way and your your Google Calendar is integrated with it and all of that stuff. If you're not already aware about it, Go High Level has their own calendars and it is surely one of the bestest features of the software. So let's just quickly dive into the video. So you would have to go to your sub account settings. From there, go to calendars and the calendar setting would be open. The first two things that you will see is basically these two sections. One would be calendars, the other would be groups. So don't confuse yourself over these two. The basic difference is group is like a kind of a folder which organize multiple calendars of yours. So like for instance, if you have individual calendar for each of your sales team member, then you can organize them inside a group. You can call it sales team group or something like that. So let's go and see how to set up Go High Level calendar. So there are two types of calendars. Let me show you again. So if you click on it, there is round robin booking and unassigned booking. There's a little difference between them. I'll start with unassigned booking and then go over this one. So let's just start with this. So the first thing that you will see on the calendar would be team and event group, team and event setup. So here you can add a name to your calendar, you can add a description to your calendar. You would have to add a calendar URL. So it is basically a slug and you have to add it every time whenever you are setting up your calendar. It's a compulsory step. It can be anything, your business name, your name, whatever you want to add in here. Then it says widget type. So one is you would have two options, Neo or Classic. I'll show you the difference between both, but Neo is much better than the Classic one. So like most of the people out there, they choose Neo. After that, appointment title. So you can add an appointment title. Usually, in most of the cases, it's contact name and then meeting location. So this is very important. So in meeting location, you basically add in the general Zoom link or Google Meet link, whatever that you are using for your every calendar. So you have an evergreen link that you get on both Zoom and Google Meet. So you would have to add in here, and then you can use custom values in your automated text messages to send out that Zoom link whenever your appointment is booked. Once that is done, here is event color. So you can color it basically whenever it is synced with your Google Calendar. This is the color it will show up in. After that, link to the calendar. So from here, you basically go and integrate it with your Google Calendars. Right now, my Google account is already integrated, so I can go and choose it here. So boom, that's integrated with my high level calendar now. Now, after that, in the sync option, and this is very important and a lot of people have issues with it. In the sync option, you have one way, two-way, disable, trigger, and smart. So one way is very simple. All the meetings that are booked on the high level calendar, they would go into your Go High Level account. They will show up on the Google Calendar, but they would not respect the time slots that are available on your Google Calendar. Whatever time slots that you select on high level, that's what's going to show up on the calendar live. Two-way sync is basically the leads. It is pulling the lead. It is working both ways. So the leads or the events that have been booked outside of Go High Level, but in your Google Calendar, those events would start coming in. Those leads would start coming into your CRM as well. And this is not what most of the people out there want. And I don't think so. Like most of the people use it because it can get very confusing unless or until you have a business email and it's very specific or something like that. And then the third option is the smart, and this is what you need to use. So what does smart option do? So what smart option does that it is one way sync but in a much more effective way. So it would be one way sync. It would only show up the events that are booked from the high level calendar, but it would respect the time slots that are already booked outside of your high level calendar on your Google Calendar. So that's what it does, and this is the best option to go with, the smart one. It depends on your needs, but like most of the people out there, they use smart one because that works the best. After that, let's go to the other page, which is availability. So in availability, you can choose multiple things. You can choose time, slot duration, slot interval, buffer between appointments, appointment per slot, appointment per day, and you can add whatever variables you want to add here. Then there is scheduling notice. So you can add a minimum scheduling notice that what are the least number of days they have to book an appointment before. Then there is date range. When the lead goes to your calendar, you can give them a range to book a meeting in, rather than giving them the option of to book any day during the whole month. You can add 7 days, 1 day, 2 days, whatever you want to add it. It depends on your needs. After that, office hours. Now, this is very important. Now, either you can choose the office hours like this way, so it would be from one time period to another time period for every single day. It is very easy. Like, I can change it. I click on here, I can change the time, and then I can hit apply all, and it will be applied to all. And I can choose the dates and the day here as well. But if we click on, instead of standard, if we go to custom here, now it would give me an option to add custom times. Like, I can add here from 8 a.m. to, let's say, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then you can you can have these custom time slots available on your Google, on your Go High Level calendar, and it can be really really useful, especially if you have breaks between your schedule. And this can be really really powerful. And this is one of the latest features of the calendars, and I really really love it, to be honest. So let's go to confirmation now. So in confirmation, now for your calendar, you can use a custom form just like there are on Calendly, or you can use a simple form which has name, email, phone number fields. In the custom forms, you can have anything you want. Now, if you have a custom form already created inside your high level, you can go and select it from here. If you don't have it, then you can choose the option none, and it will use the default form. Like I said, it takes the number, it takes the emails, and it takes the and the full name. After that, acknowledgement email. So after that, in the notification and additional options, this is a very useful option. You can add contacts, or you can add emails that you want to, let's say, notify whenever an appointment is booked. Yeah, so it's basically going to send out a notification to them, letting them know that the appointment has been booked for this time, and all of that stuff. After that, the third, here you can see a checkbox, let the calendar auto confirm my appointment. So high level calendar gives you two options. Either you can confirm the appointment the moment it is booked, like straight away, or you can not let it confirm the appointment. Rather, they make a request, and then after few hours, you follow up with them, or after a few minutes, you follow up with them on a call or on a text, and you confirm from them whether they are going to be jumping on the call or not. And if they do, and then if they are going to be jumping on the call, then you change the status to confirm. But if you don't want to do it this way, rather you want to confirm the appointment straight away, keep this checkbox tick. After that, allow Google Calendar to send invitation or update emails to attendees. You can use this option if you have a team, or if you want to update multiple people at the same time, like invite multiple people at the same time. After that, allow reschedule, allow cancellation. So it will send these cancellation and reschedule link, which is automatically going to configure everything. If the client want to cancel this, they're going to click on this, or click on the link which would be generated by your calendar automatically, and then the appointment would be cancelled. Same goes for the reschedule. Then you can add your Facebook pixel ID for tracking purposes. This is new. I just saw this while recording this video. You can add custom code for CSS, and then in the end, you can have form submission. So it can either be a custom message, or you can redirect them to a URL. Let's say you have a page, there is a video on it, you want to redirect the leads there. It's like an onboarding. Oftentimes in onboardings, like they book an appointment, and then redirect it to a help talk type video. So you can use and this as well, if that works for you. And once all of these are set, all of these settings have been made, enter complete. But before we jump on the round robin calendar, a very important tip: whenever whenever you choose the time, whenever you change the time slots on your Google Calendar, make sure you disconnect your Google Calendar and then reintegrate it with your high level calendar, to make sure that the new times that have been updated, they are synced properly with your high level calendar. If you don't do this, then there is a probability of error occurrence. So make sure whenever like, for instance, if we have saved this workflow, but now a few days later on, I want to change that my availability time slots, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, change the time slots, but then I'm going to go back to first step and disintegrate my or disconnect my Google Calendar from the GoHighLevel calendar and then integrate it again. So that works. So that's how it works. Now let's move to the other calendar, which is the round robin calendar, and this is the type of calendar that you would use for your teams. So we go in here, all of the process is same apart from one that I'm going to show you. So here on the team and event setup, so the difference between round robin calendar and unassigned calendar is that this calendar round robin, it automatically assign the lead and distribute it over your sales team. For instance, here on the first steps, it gives you the option of appointment distribution. Now you can do it for either availability or either for equal distribution, whatever works for you. And then you can go in here and you can add the users that you have as team members on your high level account by going to my staff in the settings. So you can go ahead there and add multiple users in here, like how many, whatever number of users you have on your high level sub account, you can add all of them here. And then rest of the other thing is same. Once again, if you're like, most likely your team is going to have like in most of the scenarios, your team is going to have different appointment locations. Like your every sales guy is going to have their own Zoom account. So in that scenario, what you're going to do to make sure that the right Zoom link is being sent out, you have to add that evergreen link, like that default meeting link in here for each of your sales member. You can tell each of your sales member to get their evergreen Zoom link or a Google Meet link, and then you can come in here and add this, and then every time you will use the meeting location custom value. Apologies. So every time you will use the meeting location custom value, it will populate the right one according to the user it is assigned to. Once that is done, most of the other things are exactly identical, just like the unassigned calendar. So I don't have to go over through them again. Let's go to the other settings and see how what do they do. So here in preferences, basically what you can do. Give it a second. It's blurry now. So in the preferences, you can basically add your like default preference, whatever you prefer, Google Meet, Zoom, whatever you like, or custom for your meeting. This can be a default location. Like you can come in here and you can add that link, and that's going to be the default meeting location that is going to be used for all the appointments. You can leave it as it is if you don't have any specific preference. Then you then the other option is availability. So the third option is availability, and this is very, very important to understand. So when you are using the round robin calendar, the calendar where you can add your sales team member and the leads are automatically assigned to them. Now, obviously, each of your sales team member is gonna have a custom timing, or not all of them are gonna be available. Let's say from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If that's the availability time slots on the calendar. Some of your sales team member might be available from 8 to 1. Some of them might be available from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Some of them might be available from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And in those scenarios, what they can do, like your sales team member, they can go to their high level account, they can go to calendars, like from their account, from their credentials, they can go to settings, go to calendars, go to availability, and from here they can change their availability time slots whenever they want. You can also determine their availability time slots by going to staff and going to their user settings. You can do it from there as well. But if the sales team member want to do it themselves, then in that scenario, they would log in into their high level account using their credentials, go to calendars, from there go to availability, and then basically configure it according to their shift, according to their working times. And then the last option is connections. So the connection is basically the same. your sales team members, in order for them to make sure that their Google calendars are also connected with their Go High Level calendar, they have to make sure that they go to their settings using their credentials once again, go to the settings, go to calendars, and from there go to connections. And from here they can go in and integrate their Google account. So remember, whenever the your sales team member is using their credentials to log into their account, log into your Go High Level account, that's a completely different access. So if they go to connections or if they go to availability and integrate their Gmail account there, it's not going to affect your account, or it's not going to disintegrate or disconnect your Google Calendar with your Go High Level calendar. This is only specifically for them. So they can come in here, they can integrate their Google Calendar, they can integrate their Outlook calendar, they can check for conflicts, they can like turn this on if they want to make sure that they are synced with their Go High Level calendar as well. They can go to the bottom and they can check out other things as well. These are all other availability calendar settings that they might want to use. And yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest, I was expecting a shorter video, but it's much more longer, and my throat is also all dry. So I hope it was very valuable to you. I hope this will help you out. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.